All right, guys, so let's talk about something that happens quite a bit whenever people get to a testing portion of their training. Typically, a fault that can happen is people go away from their method. They go away from the process that they have been working. If you have been doing bench, back squat, cleans, whatever lifts you have been working on, you want to test in the exact same way that you train that lift. And you don't want to deviate from your process whenever you go to test that lift, because process is greater than outcome. We want to apply our process whenever we go to test so that we can see how successful working through that process has been the entire time up to the moment that we're testing. The other reason why process is greater than outcome is because process determines outcome. You have to go 1, 2, 3 before you can get to 4. You can't go 1, 2, 4 and expect to get to 4 in a successful way. So how does this equate to a lifting scenario? Well, if you're going to 1 RM and you have been back squatting, let's say, without a belt the entire time, and then step under the bar and use a belt, that's going to throw off your timing. It's going to throw off the way that you generate tension. And therefore, it's going to throw off your process and it's going to skew the outcome. It's really important that you stick to the process. Now, you may find in that testing period that you're not able to generate the proper tension to lift weight that maybe you think that you should be able to. Well, that's a fault in your process through the past portion of your training. That fault is being found out in the testing, but we still want you to test in the exact same way that you have trained. Don't get all the way to the final day of that lift and then change something, okay? Again, testing reveals what you have been working, so to change it alters the results, all right? This is what I just talked about. The third point here is simply the principle of planning. You have been going through this process to reveal what you have been training. If you have planned all of that training, now you need to train your plan, all right? You need to execute what you have planned. And so on the day that you're testing, on the day where you are pushing yourself, you need to have faith in your process, you need to stick to it, and you need to do it exactly the way that you have been doing it. That is all the steps of your setup. That is the way that you walk out of the rack. That is the way that you descend on the first half of the lift, and that's the way that you ascend on the second half of the lift. No matter what it is, you need to do every single step of that process the exact same way. And then, based on your results, you need to have a AAR with the coaches or with yourself to determine what changes you can make in your process moving forward to determine better outcomes.